your candidacy is going to benefit to a great degree by the fact that you're noted on the ballot as an incumbent, which is also an anomaly on the Michigan ballot. Do you think that needs to be changed, or do you think that
the incumbency designation itself? I don't know about that. I mean, as far as I know, it's only the judges that have it. Now, I could be incorrect about that. To my knowledge, it's only the judges that have it, and I think it serves a purpose, particularly at the levels of the statewide and large district campaigns, because the public may not know the judges very well, and so it's a designation. And as to who has been there that with some experience, it is an advantage. I don't have a good answer to that. I'd have to think about that. I can see the reason why it's there. Whether it makes sense anymore or not, in context, I'd have to think about it.
Well, I guess that would go back to the issue of whether people have a good enough grasp on appellate and higher.
Right, and so the solution may be to work something into the system that would allow for more exposure and a better knowledge by the public of who's serving in those seats. And maybe you wouldn't need the incumbency designation. On the other hand, it's the old thing about leading a horse to water. You know, you can't make them drink. I mean, you can trot names out and do a lot of public awareness type of stuff, but if the public isn't paying attention because they've got other things to do, that's not helpful either, I guess.
Well, one of the questions, and this is sort of related to this, that sort of dawned on me this morning as I was preparing for this interview was the issue of, when I was going through high school and I had my civics class and government class, and I was in college, we took political science classes. We focused a lot on the legislative process and executive limitations, and it was just the judicial was sort of, there's this other thing called the judicial.
That's right.
And we're going to sort of,
right.
If you want to know anything about that, you need to take a law class.
Right.
Do you think the public education system needs to incorporate information about how the court system works to be able to get people to make better educated choices for judges?
I think that would be a very good thing. I really do. I think the judiciary has always been the least understood branch of the three branches of government, the least understood branch. Interestingly enough, my view is it's also the branch that the people are the most likely to use, and they use it directly. Their interface with judges is direct when it occurs, either because they have some problem they want the court to solve, or the powers of the state have brought them before the court for some reason. And yet it's the branch they know the least about. And it's the one that's designed to solve people's problems and also to stand between the people and the government if the government is becoming overbearing. And I think that the more knowledge the public has about the courts, the better off both the courts and the public are.
Do you think that would be a part of the reform process?
Well, I would hope so. Exactly right. In fact, that's one of the things we've talked about in the context of the task force that's now ongoing for reformation of the judicial and legal services in the state, is the need for public education, that we probably have not accomplished what we had hoped to have accomplished in the past. We've made the effort, but it hasn't been real successful, or successful to the degree that we'd like to see it. So we need to figure out how to communicate better.